Callisto Grand.
Well, good morning, credit controllers, cash foxes, and coffee clubbers. Let's kick off your Thursday. I'm Stefan, streaming live from Hamburg. And with me, or partially with me today, is Mark, founder and CEO of Callisto Grant. And I know he's joining from London, good old London, by the way. But I'm pretty sure that there was a problem with the mic, right? And on my end, there is a problem with even the video. So great start. So anyway, I guess you are, not in the, because when I started to talk to Mark, he was still in London Underground, maybe even below London Underground, because connection was really poor. Maybe it's because the UK is not in the EU anymore. Might be any troubles related to that. Anyway, I know usually we start with the dad joke, and I know he had prepared one that's really nice, by the way. But in this case, maybe because he shared it with me, maybe I should tell you. So just a second. Where is this? And it's Mark's one, so don't blame me for anything, right? So what do you call a sad cup of coffee? A depresso. And I think that was a good one, Mark. That was really a good one. It was short, it was espresso-like, so therefore I liked it. Great. A little bit on the AI knowledge for sure within our credit control coffee club, because this is the full-blown version, a full hour on all the information about knowledge and learning. And of course, the AI Knowledge Hub will be an important part of that. On the last espresso at the end of February, we will wrap up February and give an outlook on March. So maybe let's start with when it's about knowledge and learning. First thing that pops into my mind is, of course, the Callisto Grant Academy. And maybe you just think of it, the academy, as just there are the courses, there are the let's say the certificates, so the professional qualification. Sure, that's maybe the foundation, so the basic certificate, the advanced one, the master one, and even a diploma. But to the academy, nearly everything is attached online. So all the online formats like the Credit Control Espresso, the Credit Control Coffee Cup, the Credit Clinic, also everything around individual mentoring, and of course, all the online workshops, or PowerPoint, Excel, AI in order to cash, and a lot of things we do on demand or request. These are, let's say, linked to the academy as well, right? And of course, we have the in-house formats, the flagship Credit Matters Conference. I will come to that a little bit later. Of course, everything around credit risk, credit for sales, consultancy, and again, workshops, but this time on site. And a new format, or not that new, but we also have the Situation Room. And this is exactly the reason why Mark is in London these days. It's without different from my DSO. And and the newest or latest, let's say, component of the academy will be or become the Cali or AI Knowledge Hub. So we come to that in a minute. We described it several times now. What's, let's say, this 1,000 of truth approach with the Knowledge Hub. And we think it will be the right approach to use exactly the AI technology also for this knowledge and learning part. And we will dive deeper into that during the Credit Control Coffee Club in 2 weeks from now. Today, I like to run through an example how to get from the information layer to in the end, to wisdom, right? So because the question is, where does this knowledge actually come from? And there is something, maybe you're aware of it, maybe not. Of course, it's a pyramid, and it's called the DIKW pyramid. And now, if you just Google it, like I did, you find a lot of images that are somehow representing the same approach. You will see some pyramids with 5 layers. I decided for the more typical or classical one with 4 layers, and it looks like this. This is, of course, the Callisto-Grant style pyramid. So the foundation is data. We come to that in a minute. But then it's all about how to derive information from data, how to create knowledge from all the information. And if you're really lucky, you are able to get to the wisdom stage. But maybe it's easier to run through an example rather than having this on a fully theoretical approach. So you can see it from data to wisdom, like I described, but it's also, if you put a timeline on that, it's from past to future, because all your data are, let's say, historical data. In the best case, they are really recent, near real time, but to derive information and get knowledge and take action, this will take you straight into the future. So I need to rearrange my, just a second. I love it during live session to start again with all the technology stuff. But anyway, I will come to this example in a second. Just here we go. So I should be back now, and now also with camera. And let me check if my dear colleague is back as well. No, he isn't. Anyway, so let's take a closer look into how we really get from data, even to wisdom. And I, let's say, created a quite simple example, but maybe it's working as well. So if we take a look at data, these are usually discrete objects, facts, or observation, comprised of symbols and characters, and actually they have no inherent meaning. So next layer would be everything around what we call information. So this is data with analyzed relationships, and connections between all the data really becomes useful. And knowledge, this is even more. You need to contextualize it, and the information, if you do it in the right way, will provide insight and understanding. And wisdom is the top layer, and maybe it's better to really use an example how this works. So I just took one example from, let's say, our daily credit control work. So in this case, there is an invoice number. It's this customer account. You can read it yourself. There is an invoice date. There was a due date. There is an amount. It's a little bit more than 12K euro. There is no PO number, and the status is already 7 days overdue. This is pure data. It's accurate. It's detailed, and still useless on its own, right? There is nothing you could do immediately with this. So what you need to do is you need to connect it maybe to other data. You need to put them in categories. Maybe you need to calculate things. Maybe you even need to correct some of the data and condense it. So it's more about the who, what, where, how many, when, and why is. And if you do that in the right way, you can derive information. So in this case, if you check it on this particular customer, you would find out that not all invoices for this customer were overdue in the past. Only invoices above roughly 10 grand show delays. Smaller invoices were paid on time, sometimes even before due date. So this is now, the data starts to talk. It starts to mean something right now. But this is still far away from knowledge, and for sure far away from any kind of decision. So what we're going to do in this case, maybe it's a good idea to check against your entire portfolio, or at least the part of your portfolio that's comparable to this customer. So it's to do it, put it in context, compare it, think about actions that might be later on derived from that, consequences, maybe having conversations, maybe having a conversation even with this customer, or maybe with someone else who can help you with that. So when you would have checked against your entire portfolio, you see a pattern on portfolio level. So in simple words, whenever there are high amounts without a purchase order number, this triggers additional approvals. So it's later than all the other payments. So at this point, it's not longer about payment behavior. It's really about accounts payable work. So high amounts without PO numbers trigger additional approvals. Approvals take time. So this is really something new. But still, this does not, let's say, make fully clear what kind of action you should take on this problem, right? So you need to apply, let's say, all your values. You need to maybe, again, check your credit policy. So your value, your beliefs. And in this case, your action really might be that this is really the point where learning gets into better decisions. So instead of what you would usually do, maybe from a credit control point of view, sending reminders earlier, escalating faster, and puts more pressure on the customer, why not ask sales or demand that sales must request a PO number for high value orders? And if this won't work, so if we don't have a PO number and it's still a high amount, why not delay the first reminder by 1 week? Because in the end, you will not make it happen that the client will pay earlier. Or maybe you just need to acknowledge that it's a process problem. It's not really an intentional problem in this case. We will dive into other examples during the coffee club because we will have more time on that then. So maybe back to a short word on the credit matters. So I'm not here. So we had a early bird rate by the end of but that ended by the end of January. But still, it's a good idea because there will be another rise regarding the amount of the participation fee. So check out the website. Register for the event. There are still some free seats available. That's it from my side for today. Hope you liked it. We had some technical hiccups and even doing something without Mark is something completely new for me. If you're not following us on LinkedIn yet, please do so. You can see the QR code here. Just use it to go straight to our LinkedIn page. And that's it from my side. Have a nice rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend. And I will go outside now and enjoy wintertime in Hamburg. Thank you for watching and see you next week.